fall day. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Gleiber, along with all those come from behind victories you engineered. I swear 90% of them were here in St. Louis.
Well, Frank, there's been some big games here. The teams are 3-3 in their last 6 games. Exciting games, last-minute overtimes. Today should be no different. It should be a good one.
Charlie's Angel is not a television show to a Dallas football fan. That's the Cowboys secondary. What a job they've done. Headed by the veteran Charlie Waters, who talks about the young men who play alongside of him.
Well, Steve Wilson is a great athlete, and he's got the right mental attitude to play it. He's more of an athlete than anything, and playing with instinct right now. Very aggressive. Believes he can make the play. Aaron Mitchell, very physical, and having to control him within the system is important for us. He's performing well. Nobody's getting beat deep on the corners. Dennis Thurman is a great athlete. He believes that he can get the ball. He understands the flight of the ball, which sounds kind of strange, but that's something for a pretty good positive thing for a younger player to understand the flight of the ball. And he believes he can make the big play.
And talking about old heads in the secondary, what about your buddy Roger Worley of the Cardinals?
Roger's a great one, an all-pro, and they were flat against Washington 2 weeks ago. They blitzed the heck out of Burt Jones. I asked Roger what the philosophy was today to beat Dallas.
Well, hopefully it'll be a little combination of both. We did a lot of blitzing against Baltimore, and it worked out for us and kept Burt Jones off balance all day, and that's what we had to do. We got a lot of sacks, and that defensive line and linebackers really played well, and that, of course, that makes the defensive back's job a lot easier. Hopefully we'll be able to put pressure on White today and go with somewhat the same game plan that we did last week.
The Cowboys and the St. Louis Cardinals, when they get together, no matter where it is, it's bound to be a great football game. We're ready now for the opening kickoff, so let's go down to the field. St. Louis getting ready to kick off. Neil O'Donohue is their kicker. And the deep man for the Dallas Cowboys is the rookie James Jones, who has been nothing short of spectacular. Number 23. Jones, a third-round draft choice, fields it at the 5, back to the 15, 20, 25, across the 30, up to the 31. The fumble on the play, let's see if it occurred after the whistle. Jones did fumble the ball, but it may have occurred after the whistle. And the Cowboy offense will put it in play 1st and 10. That was the case. So we're underway on a fine fall day. The Cowboys 6-2, second place in the NFC East, trailing the Philadelphia Eagles by 1. And the Cardinals are 3-5 and struggling, though, on the uptick after their big victory over the Baltimore Colts. 1st and 10, Dallas from the 31-yard line. Saldi in the slot off to the left side. Now Saldi starts in motion across the backfield. Danny White on the delay to Tony Dorsett, and he is wrapped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 back to the 28-yard line. Cowboy offense, one of the tops in pro football, as always is the case. The running backs, Dorsett, hobbled with a rib injury, is wearing a flak jacket, and Robert Newhouse has his starting job back, beating out Ron Springs. Dallas starting wide receivers, all of them outstanding, and one of the best offensive lines in professional football. Andy Frederick is the new starter there, replacing Jim Cooper, who is out with a knee injury. The officials spot the ball at the 29-yard line, a loss of 2 in the play. It'll be 2nd down 12. There's the book on Danny White. Those figures so far are better than those compiled by Roger Staubach at a similar point last year. Dorsett taking the swing pass across the 30 up to the 34. So the Cowboys are looking at a 3rd down and 6 as Tim Carty made the stop. St. Louis plays the 3-man front. Rush Brown is making just his 2nd start at the nose tackle position. They rely heavily on a veteran crew of linebackers who you see here. And the Cardinals secondary has been shaken up by injuries. As a result, Lee Nelson started his first game ever at strong safety last week. And Ken Stone is also a new starter because of injuries. 3rd down, Dallas needs 6 for the 1st down. The ball is at the Cowboy 34-yard line. Opening moments of the ball game. Danny White. That's Saldi. Should be good for the 1st down, or very close to it at the 42-yard line. It may be close enough for measurement.
On this 3rd down, Frank, St. Louis brings in another defensive lineman, so they've got the 4-man rush to put the pressure on the quarterback. Jay Saldi, number 87, is just running the turnout pattern. He looks for the hole, turns around, and he's in front of the linebackers. He knows where the 1st down is, and he gets it. He gets it by about a foot, and it's right right on the money. And Jay is, again, Salty's looking for that first down. He's got to get it, and it's an excellent play into that zone defense.
That's the #1 third down team in the NFL. You're looking at the Dallas Cowboys. They have a first down at their 42-yard line. Newhouse 44, Dorsett 33 in the backfield against Salty in motion. The handoff, Dorsett. Tony Dorsett's longest gain this year has been just 20 yards. He's really been bottled up and, of course, hampered by a rib injury he suffered against the Philadelphia Eagles a couple of weeks ago. He picked up 4. That'll set up a second down 6.
Steve Neal's number 53, the linebackers, they'll get a lot of work. When you have that 3-man rush, 3 down linemen, those linebackers are really a key to the success of a defense. Steve Neal's, of course, made the play that time, and they need to block the linebackers, Dallas does, to run the football. It's a guessing game with the linebackers and the offensive line of Dallas.
Second and 6. White's got him in the I formation. Dorsett taking the pitch, turns the corner, first down, and out of bounds at the Cardinal 45-yard line. You saw the figures on Dorsett a moment ago. It's been a very un-Tony Dorsett-like year. And it's rather amazing because he worked very hard, I know, in the offseason on the conditioning program.
Well, he's had some problems running the football this year. He needs to break some big ones to get that average up. The big thing about it, his average is down. He's got a 3.6 rushing average, and he's always been around 4.7, 4.6, 4.8. So that's a big drop-off for a running back to drop off a yard.
Packers in front of the Steelers. Stay tuned for further developments. You never can tell. You know, Steelers have now lost 3 in a row. First and 10, Cowboys at the 45 of St. Louis. Good protection for White. And again, he finds the tight end Salty down at the 38-yard line. Last week, the tight ends caught 8 passes between them. Why is the offense geared so much this year to the tight end?
Well, the tight end is an outlet-type receiver unless he's called on a particular route. You have the backs also are outlets. That time, the 2 cornerbacks for St. Louis came up, took away the wide receivers. Danny White wanted to throw a quick, probably a 7-yard sideline to the wide receivers. They were taken away, and he came back inside to the tight end. So it's just what the defense gives you, and the tight end is an excellent outlet when you're trying to throw the wide receivers.
Second and 4. Pickup of 6 on that last play. Cowboys at the St. Louis 39. White looking downfield and is sacked. Danny White, who was sacked 5 times against San Diego, is whipped down behind the line of scrimmage by Eric Williams.
Eric Williams, number 55, who's a linebacker. And, of course, when he comes, someone's got to pick him up. And Herb Scott, number 68, got over there just a little bit late. Herb was uncovered. There was nobody over him. He looked to the right. And, of course, Williams came back underneath, had enough speed where he got by Herb Scott, who turned back to get him, and it was a little bit late. Also, the back tried to get over there, Tony Dorsett, but Eric Williams made the trap, and that's what they did against Baltimore. The linebackers made quite a few traps, especially Mark Arneson.
12 traps to St. Louis last week. 3rd and 10. Cowboys at the St. Louis 45 from the shotgun. White under pressure, steps up into the pocket. Preston Pearson drops the ball. They would have had the first down at the 33-yard line, but Pearson did not hold it.
Well, I'll tell you, that was an excellent throw. Danny stepped up. He had some pressure on the outside. He stepped up off to his left and got the ball out to Preston, who was turning out into the, again, he was turning to the open area. Number 59, Calvin Fabrone, was over there and really caused the incomplete pass. Preston had it, but he was knocked loose from the football.
Punting situation for the Cowboys on 4th and 10 from the St. Louis 45. White, who has averaged just over 40 yards a kick, and really got a workout. Last week he ran twice, you'll recall, from punt formation against San Diego. Picked up key first downs. This one will bounce on the fly at the goal line and into the end zone. Touchback.
Let me tell you that.
Very close.
That was as close as you want to get right there. That's a matter of inches. That was a fantastic punt. It spiraled all the way, and it probably went about 2 inches over that goal line, Frank.
Timeout. We'll be back at Busch Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
Take it easy. You know, I was known for working long and hard during training camp. Why, even after my teammates were asleep, I'd still be out practicing my moves, and that's still important. So I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and the best thing is it's less filling. Because listen, I still train the same way as the old days. Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
We
call this the Cinder Block Mountain, a tough climb for any 4x4 pickup. And you know that 4x4 gas mileage is an uphill battle. But this is a 1981 Ford. It combines toughness with the best gas mileage ratings of all 6-cylinder 4x4 pickups. And it's the only American-built pickup with independent front suspension to step over bumps independently. Yes, Ford conquers the mountain with the best gas mileage. And it's built Ford Tough.
The St. Louis Cardinals offense as they take over the ball for the first time. Wayne Morris, of course, is from Dallas, played his college ball at SMU. The veteran crew of wide receivers, with the exception of Doug Marsh, who is a rookie, and their second-round draft choice, and has worked out very well. And the Cardinals' patchwork offensive line, particularly, watch that left side. As Roger mentioned earlier, they've got to go against Randy White and Harvey Martin. Jim Hart at quarterback. And they started off with Otis Anderson. Anderson trying to get outside, his run out of bounds near the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the day. And the Cowboy defense, the familiar front four. John Dutton will spell Larry Cole some, I'm sure, during the course of the afternoon. At that left tackle position, the Cowboy middle linebacker is Bob Brunick, flanked by Mike Hagman and D.D. Lewis. And the Dallas deep backs, Charlie's Angels. Waters is the quarterback. He's the traffic cop back there, along with the youngsters. 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. O.J. Anderson in motion, leaving Morris. He looks to Morris, goes to Anderson. Anderson has the first down out across the 30, fumbles the football out of bounds. Cardinals will retain possession at the 37-yard line. So Anderson starts where he left off against the Cowboys last year.
Here's Jim Hart. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. He fakes the pitch over there and comes back with a quick screen. He's got the guards pulling out. He's got the left guard is Barney Cotton's out there. Collins is out there, and Otis makes a lot of it on his own. He's just a strong runner, and of course that's what St. Louis does not want to do, is turn the football over today. They've got to stay away from mistakes to beat Dallas.
12 yards on the play and a first down for the Cardinals at their 37. Anderson, of course, had 2 100-yard rushing days against the Cowboys last year, including the season-opening game. Here's Hart back to throw it, lets it fly. He's got Mel Gray out of bounds at the 39 of the Cowboys. He was out there by his lonesome. Finally, Wilson came over there, and obviously some mix-up in the secondary.
Well, there was a mix-up. Hart did a good job. Gray was on that sidelines between the cornerback and the safety, and what Jim Hart did was he looked downfield and left. He made the running fake, which also held the safety from getting over there, and then he just threw it right in between them. He had the cornerback up, Steve Wilson, and Aaron Mitchell just got over there a little bit late.
So the Cardinals are rolling with a first down at the 39. That's the tight end, Doug Marsh, moving across the backfield from right to left and stationing himself. They go outside to Willard Harrell. We've got a flag on the play as Harrell is run out of bounds at the 35-yard line, but a penalty marker back on the line of scrimmage. Started to say about Anderson. Of course, he rushed for 193 yards against the Cowboys in the season opener last year, including a 76-yarder, the longest run from scrimmage ever against Dallas. And no rusher has ever rushed against the Cowboys for better than 100 yards more than twice in their career. So Anderson's out to do that. You saw the preliminary indication of offside there against the Cowboys, which will move it down to the 35 as the referee, Red Cashin, marks it off, and here's the call.
Encroachment, number 79 on the defense, still first down.
You saw Harrell in there. Anderson came to the sidelines.
Yeah, he's got a shoe problem. It's a mechanical and not a physical problem. Blew a tire, Frank.
Blew a tire.
That statistic is amazing. That goes all the way back to Jim Brown as far as running backs not gaining more than 100 yards more than twice in a career.
And there have only been 3 backs that have gained 100 yards twice against the Cowboys. No one has ever done it 3 times, not even Brown. On the delay to Wayne Morris. Morris to the 25, down to the 20. Morris all the way to the 10-yard line. First down, St. Louis. Wayne Morris, the former SMU running back, who still holds a bunch of the pony running records.
Well, that was a delay, Frank. It was like a draw, set up as a delay. See, Morris is back there. He doesn't come forward immediately, so there's a little bit of delay. He lets things open up. He can pick his hole better, and there's excellent blocking. He also goes around Dennis Thurman, number 32, shows some speed, gets knocked. He still carries Dennis with him for another 2 yards. It's an excellent run and excellent blocking by the Cardinal offensive line.
24 yards of the play, a first down for the Cardinals at the Cowboy 10-yard line. Willard Harrell trying to get outside, gets down to the 6, the 5, we get a flag. Penalty marker down as he is dropped at the 5-yard line.
There's another fumble in there, but it looks like the Cardinals picked up the football.
Last penalty was an offside against the Cowboys. This is a face mask against Dallas.
Although they'll take this one. That'll give them 5 yards and
automatic first down.
Watch Harrell. He starts inside right there, gives that dip inside, and now he's got a chance to get outside. He's got the linebackers coming in. The cornerback, Steve Wilson, gets out there, but Wayne Morris does a good there at the ball. I thought he fumbled the football, but he got back on top of it. Either he or Morris got back on top of it. But the penalty would have saved him anyway.
A little hard to see the face mask on there, but it is an automatic first down for the Cardinals at the Cowboy 3-yard line. Jim Hart, 15 years in the National Football League, and for these completed pass, he moves up closer to the top of the all-time greats. Impressive opening drive for St. Louis. This started back at the 20.
Got the old T formation in there, which is a Cardinal short yardage or goal line formation.
Full house backfield, 3 of them back there. Anderson gets a yard to the 2. Not much there in the way of a hole. Generally speaking, how would you say you stop this Cardinal offense?
Well, of course, you've got to put pressure on Jim Hart when he throws the football. That's what Washington did 2 weeks ago, and of course last week the Cardinals got better protection. Hart hit Tilley and Gray for big plays, and if you give Jim Hart the protection, he's an excellent quarterback. He's a veteran, he's tested, he's true, and you give him some time, he'll throw the football. So I think pressure on him, like any other quarterback, is the key.
Second and goal from the 2. Willard Harrell, maybe the 1. Heather over there to make the stop.
Dallas has really been tough on short yardage situations and goal line. They've got their goal line defense in there. They bring in Mother Huther. Bruce Huther.
Mother Huther.
That's the nickname the players have for him. Bruce is a hitter. He's an extra linebacker in there. They bring up people close to the line of scrimmage. Of course, the Cardinals have 2 tight ends in there, and it's just brute force against brute force. And Dallas has been very successful around the goal line.
Third and goal from the 1-yard line. Wayne Morris is over for the touchdown.
Side of that Cardinal line, the questionable part, George Collins, number 66, is happy, and Barney Cotton's over there also, so they did a good job. They pushed the Dallas defense back, and that's all you need is just a little bit of daylight when you're near that goal line. There's the blocks. A nice block on number 34, of course, on Aaron Mitchell, and Charlie Waters is over there a little bit late, but there's just a crack in there, and it was good for the touchdown.
Neil O'Donohue has come on to try the extra point. Worley is the holder. It's good. An impressive 80-yard touchdown drive by the St. Louis Cardinals on their very first possession of the afternoon, and they lead the Cowboys 7-0.
When you've got to rely on your vehicles, rely on AC Delco. AC fire ring spark plugs, AC filters, Delco shocks, and a battery even tougher than the Freedom. The maintenance-free Delco Freedom 2 battery with more efficient starting power. For over 50 years, hard-working people have relied on AC Delco parts for just about anything that moves.
AC Delco working hard for you.
And right now, AC Delco is making it possible for you to get the Delco Freedom 2 battery on sale at participating outlets.
It's knowing you depend on us. We're gonna solve your problems, yeah, we understand. It's knowing Avis tries so hard, we'll always be right there to lend a helping hand.
Yeah, Avis takes the worry out of renting cars, no matter where the road may wind. At Avis, you're leaving. Go
Live, undefeated champion Hilmer Kenty blasts away with Villamar Fernandez for the WBA Lightweight Championship. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
There's the book on the Cardinal touchdown drive. Took him just 8 plays to go 80 yards, looking very crisp. And this is not the same football team we saw 2 weeks ago in Washington.
That offensive line had some good sustained blocks where they were keeping the linemen, the defensive line off, giving the running backs chance to run to daylight. And that's a key today. The offensive line of the Cardinals, other than Deerdorf, is Young and Brahaney the center. And if they can sustain their blocks, and you give people like Morris and Anderson some time to maneuver, look for daylight, run to daylight, and it'll be a different game. And they did not do that in Washington a few weeks ago.
Might the Cowboys be a little flat after that San Diego game?
Well, Dallas has come on strong as the game has progressed. In San Diego, they did the same thing. So it's early, and Dallas has got too many weapons to be out of the game at any time.
It's another impressive statistic. Cowboys been a very strong first quarter team. 7:46 remaining in the opening period. This is the Cowboys' second offensive possession of the day. First one was stopped when Preston Pearson dropped the pass at the Cardinal 35. Danny White back to throw it. Looking for Tony Hill. Now he's looking at Pearson. Finally gets rid of the ball and overthrows Pearson. At one point, he had Pearson open and he had Hill open, but the pressure rattled him a lot.
I tell you, he did a good job. Tim Kearney stepped in front of Pearson when he looked like he was open, and there was some confusion there. White wanted to throw it and pulled it back. Now, what he didn't want to do was throw that ball across the field. He saw Pearson going across the field, and that's a very dangerous pass. Anytime you throw it across the field, more times than not, you're going to run into trouble.
I think he learned that last week, didn't he, against San Diego?
Well, yes, he did. It was for a touchdown.
That's right.
That's how much I know. I used to throw it across the field all the time anyway, but I was told you shouldn't do it.
I see.
So I'll say that you shouldn't do it.
No, quarterbacks never listen. Tony Dorsett.
Great play.
Clock behind the line of scrimmage by Lee Nelson, the strong safety, number 38.
Lee Nelson, number 38. It's just a sweep to Dorsett right here. He's got Tom Rafferty, number 64, the guard pulling. He doesn't get out, Herb Scott, but the force man is Lee Nelson, the strong safety. His job is to stop that end run. He had a great game. He played strong safety the first time last week against Baltimore. He had a great game. He stepped in there for Roy Green, and he's taken up where he left off last week. He made the play. The guard did not get around to get the strong safety, the force man.
Cardinals are minus both their starting safeties, Ken Green and Roy Green. Shotgun, 3rd and 15. Cowboys back at their 15-yard line. White with good protection sends it out to the sideline. Incomplete. Pass a little bit short of the intended receiver, Drew Pearson. And Dallas will be forced to punt. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals and the National Football League is prohibited. I'll tell you one thing, Cardinals got this crowd fired up now.
Well, I had an old baseball coach that used to tell me, let the crowd sleep, so you don't want to get them fired up, and especially in St. Louis. Ideally, you like to start out with the first score for the home team.
Danny White punting from his goal line. Beautiful hanging kick. Mark Bell back to his 35, 40. Bell heading for the far sidelines to the 45 and run out of bounds near midfield in front of the Cowboy bench. But once again, St. Louis comes up with excellent field position. They'll spot it at the St. Louis 49 when we come back to play in just a moment.
Motorcraft, for sure. Motorcraft, for sure.
How do you make the great lineup of Motorcraft parts even better? You've already got batteries with sure power, hot-firing spark plugs, and a full line of filters. So how do you make it better? Just add oil. Introducing Motorcraft Oil, formulated to stabilize oxidation and reduce wear. Rated SF, it meets the most advanced engineering standards set for the 80s. You can be sure of it.
Motorcraft, for sure.
Outside, the Canon NP200 may look like any small copier, but inside there's a world of difference, a world of micronics, where 20 copies a minute are not only possible, but made reliable with a microcomputer. Fiber optics precisely defines your image, and a toner projection system gives you clear copies on virtually any paper. Up to 11 by 17. Compact in size and price, the Canon NP200 is definitely worth looking into.
Dracula's coming to New York, and his style is irresistible. George Hamilton and Susan St. James star in Love at First Bite, Wednesday night. Good evening.
Tom Landry looking a little more concerned than usual in front of the Cowboy bench as the Cowboys finding out they're having a battle on their hands. Fired up band of St. Louis Cardinals. 1st and 10, Cardinals at their 49-yard line.
How could you tell that Tom looked more concerned than usual, Frank?
I know him. He's trying to split the... Bell makes the catch, but was out of bounds. He came down with at least 1 foot out of bounds at the 36-yard line. He did split him.
That was an excellent play, Dennis Thurman. He was trying to split that zone again. When I say that, the cornerback comes up, Steve Wilson plays short. Tilley goes right in between he and the man that's deep is Dennis Thurman, and Hart tries to get the ball in there before the safety gets over. And, of course, Thurman did his job here, and he stripped Tilley from the football. See, Hart's throwing it right in between Steve Wilson, number 45, who's up in your picture right there, and then Dennis Thurman, number 32. Of course,
1 foot in.
It was actually Mark Bell. I was looking at Tilley, number 83. It was Mark Bell, number 81, who was the intended receiver.
Super automotive values from Sears. Get power to start. Get power to spare. Get the Sears 48. Now only $44.99 with trade-in, our lowest price of the year. You save $10. The Road Handler tires are on sale. Save 20% on Sears Best Radio for larger small cars, like the Road Handler for compact cars, as low as $34.36 each. At Sears, where America shops for value.
Company's coming, so save at Sears pre-holiday home improvement sale. Get this Craftsman gas chainsaw that's lightweight yet powerful. Now $189.98 including case. Save $45. This Sears Best Craftsman 10-inch table saw, miters, bevels, rips, and crosscuts, and has a motor that develops 2 horsepower. Now $299.99 with leg set and extensions. Save $120. On sale now at Sears, where America shops for value.
See the cheerleaders go from the sidelines to the front lines in the battle of the NFL cheerleaders. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Mark Bell shaken up on that last play. Went to the bench under his own power. It is 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals at their 49-yard line. Wayne Morris in motion. Long count play this time. And Hart is sacked back at the 42-yard line. Boy, you can't wait very long, can you?
No. That was Larry Cole coming in from the left side. Larry's number 63, and Hart went to throw the ball here. There was good pass defense, and just as he pulled it back, Cole, number 63, got in, and Ed Jones, number 72, finished him off.
Loss of 5 in the play, and it is 3rd down and 15. Other scores. That's a very big game in Buffalo. Atlanta tied for first place in the NFC Western Division, and the Packers and Pittsburgh are now at halftime. Pittsburgh would lose its 4th straight if they lose that ball game. Kansas City coming on very strong after their 5th straight victory. Our score 7-0 St. Louis. Cardinals 3rd and 15 from their 45. Otis Anderson.
Well, there's a good play right there.
Down to the 47-yard line in Dallas end of the field. Not nearly enough, however, for the first down.
That was a good time. There was a blitz that time, and of course Hart would have had a difficult time getting that ball off, and the pressure came in. Maybe one block downfield, and Otis would have broken. That was a good call, though. It didn't get the first down, but it got him back into good position to punt and create some positive field position for the defense.
Larry Swider is the St. Louis punter. Punted with the Detroit Lions last year. Was picked up on waivers just before the start of the season. James Jones is deep, standing back in the 10-yard line. And he can make things happen. He's up among the leaders in both punt returns and kickoff returns.
Excellent punt.
Way over his head, on the fly, into and out of the end zone. Touchback, and the Cowboys will take over the football at their 20-yard line. 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the opening period. Cardinals scoring on Wayne Moore's short touchdown plunge after a long 80-yard drive on their very first possession of the afternoon. Swider's punt covered 47 yards. So it's 1st and 10 Dallas. This is the first of 2 meetings between these two clubs in 3 weeks. Cardinals will come to Texas Stadium to visit the Cowboys 2 weeks from today. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Newhouse, who, as we mentioned, got his job back this week. Of course, he's always run well against St. Louis, hasn't he?
He's had big days against St. Louis. Against that 3-man rush, he's the type of runner that can bounce off of people and run inside. And with the 3-man defensive line, a fullback is a key runner in your attack. And Robert has had great days against St. Louis.
Had 108 yards last year in the season opener. Fractured a bone in his leg and continued to play after that.
That was his first rush today, I believe, Frank.
That's right. 2nd and 9. Pickup of a yard. Cowboys from the 21. Dorsett.
Well, I'll tell you that St. Louis defense is coming tough. That's Rush Brown, big number 69. Rush, Rush didn't even play high school football. He went to played in the Air Force League over in Europe, came back and played at Ball State, and now he's a factor in this young defensive line of St. Louis.
Though he's a rookie, he's 26. Not many guys come into the league at that age.
Well, there's only a few.
There's one came in at 27, as I recall.
I remember him.
Or number 12 in the blue. 3rd and 9. Shotgun. Again, pretty good rush on Danny White. Gets the pass away, but I believe it's not enough for the first down.
It's close.
Preston Pearson made the grab and then was shoved back. It depends where they spot it. And if they put it right down at the 30, that's all the Cowboys need.
I'd say that's going to be about an inch short.
That's about it.
It's an inch short.
I know your eyes are good, but how can they be that good? Cowboys will have to punt it. Did my eyes deceive me, or did I see you on the sidelines before the game throwing warm-up passes to Drew Pearson?
Well, I threw a few, and there's nobody else out there. I was throwing a few.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Maybe we have some highlights of that we can judge for ourselves.
Danny White's punt again, driving Bell.
That is an excellent punt.
Back to the 20, 25, and caught at the 28-yard line. Mark Bell. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line as St. Louis takes over the football.
Big Bill Rowe, the Cowboys' number 3 draft choice, which was their draft in the 3rd round, and their number 1 draft choice, made that tackle.
Talk about stopping this Cardinal offense.
Well, it's tough. You've got to, in fact, I talked to my daughter Amy this morning about it, and she said the number 1 problem was the bomb to Mel Gray. Mel Gray has caught one big one, and he's hurt Dallas in the past.
You have a daughter, Amy, do you not?
I do.
Otis Anderson. All avenues are closed. No open doors, and yet he makes a couple of yards out of it to the 32.
A lot of pressure over there. Bob Burning was over there, and Otis was trying to juke his way to some daylight. There just wasn't any, and he still picked up a couple of yards.
Tampa Bay jumping on the Giants at the end of the first half. Roger and I will be at the Meadowlands next Sunday afternoon as the Cowboys travel to Jersey to take on the Giants, one of the major disappointments this year. 2nd down, call it 7 for the first down. St. Louis from its 31-yard line. What did Amy say about Otis Anderson?
Well, I tell you, Otis is something special. He's having a little bit of trouble right now. He slipped on that play, but he's an excellent receiver, and of course he's their big gun, and running the football. The last 2 years, he's just been a big difference in this Cardinal offense. It's an asset for Jim Hart. Of course, now in this third down situation, this is where the protection is important, because Hart can pick up these third downs if the offensive line can keep Dallas's rush off of him.
3rd down and 7. Cardinals from their 32-yard line. 1 minute 15 seconds left in the opening period. Dallas trailing 7-0. Here they come.
It's a blitz.
Down goes Hart. That's Dexter Clinkscales, number 47, nickel back in the Cowboy defense, who came through from the right side.
Yeah, they brought Tony Dickerson also, and the lineman tried to block on Tony right there, number 51, and Dexter. They couldn't block both of them, and he came around the outside and did the job.
4th and 14.
That's the strategy. They've got to get to Hart, and they feel they can do it with a young offensive line. Will make a mistake on a blitz. They might not pick up someone. They might block 2 men on one, and you look for a mistake from a young offensive line and to get to the quarterback, and that's the strategy today, is to get to Hart.
A lot of dancing around by the Cowboy defensive line. Swider gets the kick away. James Jones is deep. High floater. Takes it at the 22, 25, 30. Spun around at the 34-yard line. Good hit. Very strong hit by Randy Love, number 40, off the Cardinals specialty team. We've got 40 seconds left to play in the opening period as the Cowboys once again take command of the football, trailing by a score of 7-0. Big difference in this Cowboy team this year defensively. Turnovers, they are plus 13 this year. In fact, right now they have recovered 2 more fumbles and intercepted 4 more passes than they had all of last season. And if that's not a big statistic, then I don't know what is. Cowboy running game has not gone at all thus far. And the passing game has fared only slightly better. Tony Hill up to the 40, 45, and Hill has a first down at the 47-yard line.
White faked the inside trap that hold the linebackers, get the ball out to Tony Hill, and Tony Hill only had Carl Allen was man-to-man with him. Carl had no help from the linebackers. Rafferty was pulling out there. Frederick was pulling out, and the quick screen worked just the way it's drawn up.
Dallas still has to get that running game working. Newhouse and Dorsett have not produced thus far this afternoon. We're in the final minute of play in the opening period. Cowboys needing a victory to stay within 1 game of the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East. Here's Dorsett. Driving forward to almost midfield for a pickup of 4 in the play. It'll be 2nd down 6.
I tell you, Mark Arnesen, number 57, is a tough cookie. He had 3 traps on Burt Jones, and he just comes across and really wrecks damage in the backfield when he's a linebacker blitzing. And Lee Nelson is limping off the field. That could really hurt St. Louis. He's played such a fine, strong safety the last week, and he's made a couple plays today, and he's hurt over there on the sidelines.
So that'll create some shuffling in that Cardinal secondary. Let's see if White is able to take advantage of it. 2nd and 6. Ball is at the 50. White sets up the screen. Dorsett, 50, 45, down to the 41-yard line. That's another Dallas first down. Tim Carney, number 56, makes the stop for St. Louis. There's the gun, signifying the end of the first period at Busch Memorial Stadium in St. Louis, with the Cardinals leading the Cowboys 7-0.
Lincoln Mercury introduces the totally new Lynx. Its hemispherical head engine, advanced transmission, and aerodynamic shape combine to produce exceptional fuel efficiency. Starting today, the world belongs to an American car. Starting today, the world belongs to Lynx.
I make one trick shot in a light beer commercial, and everybody thinks they know how to shoot pool. So these guys decided to take me on to shoot a little pool and drink a little light beer from Miller. Because it's less filling.
Tastes great!
Less filling.
Let's quit talking and start chalking.
You break, Bubba.
Sure, I haven't broken anything all day.
Hey, Mickey, what happened? It's a mystery to me.
You show him, Rodney.
Yeah, show him. You guys got me all wrong. I think light tastes great, too. But when you're shooting pool, the only thing you want to get filled up is the pot. 14 6-ball combination.
Steve, how do you do that?
Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford Trucks. The trucks built Ford tough and built for fuel economy. And by Light Beer. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
With Roger Staubach, this is Frank Gleiber at Busch Memorial Stadium in St. Louis as the shadows begin to lengthen on this gorgeous fall day. Temperatures in the high 60s. And the Cowboys are driving. They have a first down at the St. Louis 41. In the first quarter, White 6 out of 9 for 46 yards. But the rushing game was almost completely shut down. Jay Saldi, the tight end, in motion. Inside handoff to Robert Newhouse. And Newhouse spins forward to the 37-yard line. That's Newhouse's second carry of the afternoon. He was 1 carry for 1 yard in the first period. Dorsett carried 6 times and picked up only 10 yards rushing in the first quarter.
They got Lee Nelson back in. He went over and got his ankle taped. He's back in there, and he made the hit on Newhouse that time.
Cowboys, of course, can score points in a big hurry, as they proved last Sunday night against San Diego. They outscored the Chargers 35-0 over a 23-minute period of playing time. And did the same thing to San Francisco a couple of weeks ago. 2nd and 6 from the 37 of St. Louis. Pitch to Dorsett. And he is stopped at about the line of scrimmage. Carl Allen, number 27, moving up from the secondary to make the hit on Tony Dorsett.
Yeah, they had Eric Williams over there, number 55, the linebacker. And that's one of the toughest things to do against that 3-man rush, is to get outside. Those linebackers have got to be active, and you've got to keep them honest with some reverses and some counters. And to get outside against that 3-man rush is difficult. If you can do it, of course, it sets up everything to the inside. So Dallas is probing a little bit, going inside with Newhouse, trying to get outside with Dorsett, and have not had a lot of luck throwing or running the football.
3rd down and 6, passing situation. Cowboys at the 36-yard line of the Cardinals. Preston Pearson and company are all in there. And the Cowboys operate from the shotgun. White, under pressure, delivers. That's enough for the first down as Drew Pearson makes the catch at the 28-yard line. I don't think that was the intended pattern, was it?
Well, Drew was on a deep comeback route. White, with his ability now, he's got great maneuverability. Danny's got fine agility. He gets a little pressure from Rush Brown, number 69, but Preston pushes him aside. He steps to the left, and Drew now is on a deep comeback route. He's downfield about 20 yards. He sees White. He comes back. He has enough for the first down, and it's about an 8 or 9 yard gain, but due to the pressure on White, it still is good enough for the first down.
Ball is at the 27-yard line of the St. Louis Cardinals, 1st and 10. Dorsett and Newhouse in the backfield. Behind Danny White. Tony Dorsett tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 25.
Yeah, Tim Carney, number 56, really cut his feet out from under him. Tony Dorsett had a little running room right here until Carney, number 56. If we can see the good block and Rush Brown right there, he's blocked at the side. And here's Carney sneaking, but he got his arm under him and tripped him up before Stone came over, number 23.
Carney is a one-time Cowboy. He was originally a number 4 draft pick of the Cowboys several years back. Been with several other teams before winding up in St. Louis. 2nd down, 9. Officials have it marked at the St. Louis 26. Again, White back to throw. The rush is on. Tony Hill at the 5, and Hill is down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Dallas.
Well, Tony, they had Billy Joe Dupree, went straight through the middle, took the safeties out of there, had Tony Hill coming in the open hole when Dupree took the safeties away. We can't see Dupree, but he's running right through the middle, taking everybody out, and there's Tony Hill coming underneath, and there's Billy Joe. He's got the safety back there, and Tony Hill makes an excellent play over the middle.
There just are so many weapons that the Cowboys throw at you. You don't know who to defend first. And it's tough to defend them all at the same time. first and goal from the 4-yard line. Dorsett, nothing at the line of scrimmage. Boy, the Cardinal defense is playing the rush here. You figure Dallas almost will have to go to the air.
That's right. The fans are booing a little bit. Tony Dorsett, number 33 there, had a little hitch in his stance, and the fans wanted a penalty called there. The referee saw different. Yeah, they're trying it. That inside, that's an inside trap down around the goal line. They got a goal line defense in, and they're still not getting anywhere.
Think they'll throw here?
I would think this would be a good time for a play action pass. Something they're not running the ball well.
Second and goal.
It's still a running situation though.
Dorsett, no place to go, and he's at the 5, and scores! Unbelievable! Tony Dorsett had the front door completely blocked, and you saw it. Look at it again.
That's a great play right there. He's like a dancer right here. He's pretty well stopped. He goes inside, breaks back, and the speed. The only reason he got away with that was his speed. He's got marvelous speed. He can accelerate when he's stopped, and of course he got around everybody. Great play, individual effort by Dorsett. There he goes. He's coming inside, and now when most runners stop right here, they just don't have the speed to get back out that quick, and Dorsett does, and it makes a difference between a 1-yard loss and a touchdown.
One of the finest 4-yard touchdown runs you'll ever see. Septien with the extra point try, which would not the score. He does.
Oh, the big play on that 3rd and 6. Drew Pearson coming back. Danny White scrambling over there. Got him in position to score that touchdown.
Here's another Radio Shack telephone sensation, and lucky you, it's on sale for only $39.88. Super small size, and the push-button dial has a memory button that automatically redials busy numbers. Of course, it has an extra long 16-foot cord, and watch this. Its hang-up is a put-down. You save even more when you own your own phone, and it's built and sold only by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
We're doing something about it.
We're working at making our energy last.
Sunoco wants to make every drop count for America. That's why we have a new pump for unleaded gas. It has 4 grades of unleaded, including economy, priced below our regular, which can save money for you and fuel for America.
We're doing something about it. Sunoco is making every drop count.
Gleiber with Roger Staubach back in St. Louis with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in the first half of what is now a tie football game. That drive by the Cowboys, 65 yards, took them 10 plays. And utilizing 5 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock, here's Septien's kickoff.
Slow, that's the kind you like to run back.
Green, 15, 20, 25, across the 30 and up to the 35-yard line. Roy Green, who last year in Dallas ran a kickoff back 106 yards against the Cowboys, tying an NFL record for long distance.
The problem there was that kick was so low, and watch this wall. It now has a chance to form. The Dallas people aren't down there fast enough, so you get your blocking is better. You have better timing on your blocking, and of course Green has got more running room, and the ball's that low, and it gets to you that quickly.
Cardinals 1st and 10 at their 37-yard line. Both wide receivers are off to the left side. Mel Gray and then Tilley in the slot inside of it. Hart wants to throw the bomb, but couldn't get it away. It was sacked back at the 32-yard line by Harvey Martin, number 79. He had 2 men deep downfield, but for some reason elected not to throw the football. Obviously, they were both covered. Mark Bell was down there, and so was Tilley. And Tilley slowly returning to the huddle. Hart has thrown it only 3 times today. 2 for 3 for 36 yards.
Of course, St. Louis is putting 3 wide receivers in there, Frank. They've got 2. They got Tilley and Gray to one side, and then they bring in Mark Bell to the other side. That time, Dennis Thurman was on him man-to-man and took him all the way down the field. Hart just had nowhere to throw the ball.
Wayne Morris and Otis Anderson, the running backs, on 2nd and 15 from the 30-yard line. Fumble by Anderson, and Anderson manages to collect it at at the 26-yard line. No turnovers in this football game so far. But that'll set up a third and close to 20 needed for the first.
Here's Hart. This is a draw. He's looking downfield. He puts the ball in there, and it's just it looked like it was in there, right? Otis just looked downfield and didn't pay attention to the football, and it dropped out, but he got it back.
So the Cardinals are looking at a 3rd down and 20. Ball is back at their 27-yard line. Score is tied at 7 apiece. Hart setting up strong, goes with the short toss, not enough for the first down. As Tilly is knocked out of bounds at the 33.
Well, Dallas is mixing up the blitz and the regular rush, but with Dallas's front four, they still put pressure on you. Hart didn't have a lot of time, and number 63 was in there again. Larry Cole is the real solid veteran on the Dallas defensive line. He's not the guy that gets all the credit. He's still in there. He makes some plays. He's a good pass rusher. They're keeping him in on passing situations. He's starting. He's alternating with Dutton now and then, but Larry's the starter, and he's really the unsung hero of that defensive line.
Good rush on Swider against the kick away, driving James Jones back to the 15. Jones to the 20. And upended at the 26-yard line. He does run hard. So the Cowboys regain possession of the football, 1st and 10 at their 26. 8 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the first half.
Introducing the Cougar XR7. It's available with more than 60 special features that let you create something special. The Cougar XR7 from Lincoln Mercury. It's not like everybody else's car.
On nuclear proliferation, a candidate must remember what he has said.
When Governor Reagan has been asked about that, he makes a very disturbing comment that non-proliferation or the control of the spread of nuclear weapons is none of our business.
I have never made the statement that he suggested about nuclear proliferation.
I just don't think that it's any of our business. Unilaterally, the United States seemed to be the only nation in the...
Which Ronald Reagan should we believe?
Monday on Flo, Crooked Farley's running for office, and Flo's about to run him out of the Yellow Rose.
Farley's never met a man whose money he didn't like.
Monday on the new season of Flo.
Welcome back to St. Louis. The head man of the St. Louis Cardinals in his first year on the job. And a very, very popular coach, despite the fact that they're 3-5. Players love Jim Hannaford. 1st and 10 Cowboys at their 25. Dorsett looking for some place to go. Lest you think this Cardinal rush defense is a fluke. St. Louis held Baltimore to 48 yards of the ground last week.
This is that I formation with Dorsett behind Newhouse. Dorsett really cuts back all the way across the other way. Now, he doesn't have much over there. The line would really have to sustain their blocks to go that far, to go back over to that side. And, of course, Lee Nelson is back over there again, and he's Steve Neal's number 53. So Dorsett is looking for daylight. He just can't find any right now.
Dorsett, 11 carries, 10 yards. Loss of 3 on that play. 2nd and 13, delayed to Newhouse, and he is stacked up for another loss.
Well, I'd say that Cardinal defense, those guys are... There's Kearney, 56, Williams, 55, and this is kind of a delay to Newhouse again. White's back, looking downfield. It's a draw. The line Fitzgerald sets up, but again, the big play, number 78, is Ron Jankowski, makes it difficult for Newhouse, and then the linebackers clean up on it.
3rd and 15. You're Danny White now. You got to be wondering what's happened to your running game.
Well, Mays and Greer are coming in now for the pass rush, and St. Louis is changing up a great deal on 3rd down situations. This is where they have to stop Dallas. Dallas is the best in the league here. And if you're going to win the football game and stop Dallas, you've got to stop them in 3rd down.
3rd and 15 from the 20. Low snap. Sideline throw. No good.
Well, Roger Worley was over there, and Allen was over there.
Drew Pearson, the intended receiver, in front of the Cardinal bench. He was double teamed. And the Cowboys will have to punt it.
Like Dallas is trying to throw the deep sideline passes, bring the receivers back, and of course that time Worley had good position. He also had help from Allen that time.
Look at Danny White's punting average so far. That borders on the spectacular.
Danny says he likes to punt on 4th down because if he misses that 3rd down, he's mad at himself and he just takes it out on the football.
He's done it today. Score tied at 7. Mark Bell is the deep man. That's another great kick. Bell lets it go out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Now, he kicked that thing from in the neighborhood of his own 10. So you're looking at about, what, 65, 70 yards in the air?
Well, in the air. That's right. Both punters have punted the heck out of the ball.
Hold it. Hey, guys. All right, stop fooling around. Calm down. Hold it down. I mean, this is the first Light Bay alumni picture. Okay, a little respect. All right, everybody here?
Everybody who is somebody.
Oh, very clever. All right, smile, will you?
Knock it off, Billy. You need this job.
Are you guys ready? Hold it. Hold it. Stay like that. Hold it. Now, just be yourselves. Calm down. Calm down. Hold it.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
That's your dad? What's he doing?
Selling insurance.
Oh, what kind?
Nationwide.
Why?
Because he likes to sell good stuff.
Oh.
My mom's a nationwide agent, too.
Really?
She likes to help people.
Well, nationwide agents like to offer blanket protection for people's lives, health, homes, cars, businesses.
He cooks good hot dogs, too.
And they cook good hot dogs, too.
Nationwide is on your side.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann. Don't remain on the sidelines this election day. Get out and vote for the candidates of your choice. Remember, your vote can make a difference. Thank you.
6 minutes, 28 seconds left to play in the first half. Score tied at 7. And if you think the Cardinals are doing a great job stopping the rush, Cowboys haven't done badly either. Anderson has been held to 16 yards in 4 carries. By the way, that last punt by White, officially 55 yards is what he gets credit for, although it did sail 65 in the air. 1st and 10 Cardinals at their 24-yard line. Mark Bell in motion. Cardinals have 3 wide receivers in there, and they give it to Anderson. Big guy takes it out across the 30-yard line out to the 32. That's 7, maybe 8 yards.
He left a few in his wake that time. Big John Dutton's in here now, number 78, and Anderson comes in, gets around Jones. John Dutton kind of missed a tackle right here. He got away from him. Bruning came over late, and it was just a sheer physical effort on Anderson, and Mike Hagman, number 58, really is the one that finally knocked him over.
By the way, the preceding announcement, not Rogers, but the announcement prior to that play was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. On 2nd and 2, Wayne Morris up the middle, close for the first down at the 33, maybe 34. Randy White, number 54, wrapped him up for the Cowboys. Pittsburgh has closed the gap on the Green Bay Packers in the 3rd period, but Green Bay still leads it by 2. Randy White right now is playing maybe the best tackle of his career, and most will tell you, as Jim Hannafin did the Dallas media this week, that Randy White is the best defensive lineman in pro football this year.
Well, I tell you, he's fantastic. He played a game against Philadelphia that has to go down the annals of Dallas history as far as an individual effort. You know, on 1st down, St. Louis is using these 3 wide receivers. They've got Bell in there now, and they've got Gray and Tilley. They've got Otis Anderson as the only running back, of course, in the game with the tight end. So it's a pretty powerful offense to defense. The way you do it is pressure the quarterback, which they did.
Obviously, on that play, Hart was trying to get it downfield to the tight end, Doug Marsh.
Here's Hart's back, and he's faking to Anderson, but he's looking downfield quickly to Marsh. Marsh is covered. Charlie Waters has got him back there, and the pressure, he can't wait much longer, and of course the ball's thrown, and Hart was lucky to get rid of it.
2nd and 10. Cardinals at their 35.
It looked immediately like Marsh was going to be open. Waters was a step behind him, but as you saw in the replay, number 32 was kind of hanging in that area back there, and that's the reason Hart didn't throw it right away. Dennis Thurman was the man.
Tilley in motion across the backfield for St. Louis. Good protection this time for Hart. Keeps the pass away. And it is called a completion, though the receiver did fumble the ball after he went down. Mel Gray. Well, let's see. Is it called a completion? Bring it back to the line of scrimmage or not?
They're going to give it to him. Well, that's close right there. Steve Wilson really popped him. That ball hit the shoulder pads about the time Steve Wilson hit his back. And this is just a call by the referee. Could have won either way. But here's the ball's in there, and he's hit immediately by Wilson. It looks good there. It looked like a good call. He hit the ground, the ball popped loose. Once you hit the ground, the ball's dead.
Third down. Cardinals need 3 for the first down from their 41. Again, Pat Tilley in motion across the backfield for the St. Louis Cardinals. Hart throwing on 3rd and 3. Intended for Anderson. And Anderson looked to be open.
Well, D.D. Lewis had Anderson, and then Anderson broke behind D.D. Lewis. By that time, Jim Hart had to get rid of the ball. D.D. had Anderson pretty well out in the flat.
So a punting situation for the Cardinals. Swiner comes back in to do the honors. He'll be standing at his 26. And the Cowboys once again deploy the single safety. James Jones standing back on his 15-yard line. The youngster from Mississippi State. Nice high kick, a little bit shorter than the others. Jones at the 23, couldn't get started.
Well, that's close down there.
To a late hit.
The late hits. Someone's going to be called for one of those late hits.
Timeout. 3 minutes, 52 seconds left to play in the first half.
Motorcraft, for sure. Motorcraft, for sure.
How do you make the great lineup of Motorcraft parts even better? You've already got batteries with sure power, hot-firing spark plugs, and a full line of filters. So how do you make it better? Just add oil. Introducing Motorcraft Oil, formulated to stabilize oxidation and reduce wear. Rated SF, it meets the most advanced engineering standards set for the 80s. You can be sure of it.
Motorcraft, for sure.
Hi, I'm Franz Argunden with a great new game. It's Kenner's fantastic new live-action football. That sure beats those old blips and dots games. Play the computer or a friend. You see and control all the action. You see the tackles, you make them. There are interceptions, conversions, safeties. Live-action football makes me feel I'm back in the game. Who says I can't win the big one, huh, guys? Electronic live-action football, new from Kenner.
Live, undefeated champion Hilmer Kenny blasts away with Villamar Fernandez for the WBA Lightweight Championship. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
1st and 10, Dallas ball at the 22-yard line with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to play. First half. Busch Memorial Stadium, Cowboys, Cardinals. Tied at 7 apiece. Cowboys' running game has been almost completely shut down, but you got to keep on trying. And that's what the Cowboys are doing.
Big Rush Brown, number 69, really caused that hit by the linebacker. In this case, it was Carney, but Rush Brown, number 69, was in there immediately and put the stops on Newhouse.
It's been a game for the defense, really, on both sides, though we haven't had a single turnover. A lot of hard hitting, and, of course, not much yardage picked up by the offense. Each team has had one substantial drive, resulting in a touchdown. 2nd and 10. No gain by Newhouse on that last play. Danny White looking right, goes left. Newhouse is collected back at the 13-yard line on a big hit by Eric Williams, number 55. And that's got us smart.
Yeah, Eric, it's one of those plays where a linebacker just smelled that out all the way. Danny White's back. He fakes the Dorsett over to the right, pumps over there, comes back to Newhouse, and Eric Williams, I'm sure, was back there looking for that play all the way, and he just homed in on Newhouse, and Roberts a little shook up on the play.
So the ball is now on the 15-yard line, and the Cowboys are looking at a 3rd and 17. Dallas with only 14 rushing yards with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half.
They've got a regular running in here on 3rd down, which is unusual.
Danny White calls the timeout.
Yeah, they couldn't get that play off. He was looking at the clock, and it was almost down to 0. And I don't know what Dallas was trying to do. It was 3rd and 17. They weren't going from the shotgun. Maybe they have something set up that's different, but normally on 3rd and long, they're in the shotgun.
Too deep in their own territory, you think?
Well,
I mean, you don't want to give it up here.
They've
certainly.
still gone with the shotgun anyway, and maybe on a handoff, a sweep or something, but they're playing a little bit coy right now.
Number 18 there is Glenn Carano talking to Danny White along with head coach Tom Landry. Carano is the Cowboys' backup this year, as White was last year. And Carano told me here recently that one Roger Staubach once told him, Glenn, for you to play, I've got to get hurt, Danny's got to get hurt, and Charlie Waters has got to get hurt, which I thought was pretty mean on your part.
We just kid each other a lot. Charlie was is really the fourth quarterback.
Carano's got a future, though, I think.
Oh, Carano's a heck of an athlete. He can throw. He hasn't disappointed anybody at all, and he's only had the chance to produce in practice. But he's going to be a good one someday, and it's tough because Danny White is young, and Danny's got a bright future ahead. So Glenn is just battling and is the number 2 man now. Gary Hogaboom is number 3, and they like him a lot. He's a rookie, but Glenn was a number 2 draft choice, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's just got to get on the playing field to do something with it.
That's right.
And with Danny White, it's going to be very difficult.
As it was for Danny White when you were quarterback. 3rd down, 17. Cowboys from their 15-yard line. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in the first half. Inside handoff to Dorsett. Tony looking for some running room up to the 25-30. Dives to try to pick up the first down.
He didn't miss it by much.
Let's see where they mark it. It'll be very close here, depending on where they mark it.
Of course, that's the sweep off of the shotgun formation that is pretty safe. You're back in your own territory, and of course, St. Louis should be ready for this. They've done an excellent job against the run, but they're not. They've got their passing defense in there, and Dorsett almost breaks it out all the way and falls about 2 yards short.
That's the Cowboys' longest gain from scrimmage this afternoon on a rush play, 15 yards. And really one of Dorsett's longest runs of the year. His longest run to date has been 20. They did not make the first down by a margin of a couple of yards, so White is in to do the punting.
Another fine punt.
3 men back. Fair catch is signaled, and that penalty will be against the Cowboys, I'm sure, for violating the fair catch signal. The fair catch was signaled by Willard Harrell, number 39. Looked like Doug Cosby didn't see him. Number 84 plowed right into him before the ball came down.
Well, I don't know. But then the guy ran with the Harrell. Harrell ran with the ball after he caught it, and that's going to be an interesting decision right there.
Now there's got to be fair catch interference, I would think, against the Cowboys as number 1.
I didn't see the signal on the fair catch.
Well, he signaled. I saw Harrell very definitely signal. Let's take a look at it again on the replay.
Here's the punt, and well, there's the signal right there, but then he's hit. Yes, that is interference on. But then I can't see the number of who actually caught the ball.
Big discussion going on with the officiating crew headed by Red Cashin, one of the finest in the National Football League. Red's going to get it all figured out for you, and he'll tell you.
Well, it should be on St. Louis the way it looked on the replay.
The flag was thrown because interference was called as the ball was to be caught for a fair catch. There is no foul because the man that was run into did not signal the ball. It was run after the fair catch was signaled. There will be a 5-yard penalty for delay.
Oh, yeah? So the penalty then will go against the Cardinals, I believe.
Well, he did not signal for it. I don't understand that.
Well, he did signal for it.
Well, he's waving to somebody.
But they picked up and ran after they signaled for the fair catch. You can't do that.
No, he said he didn't signal for the fair catch.
That's not what he said, Roger.
Well, I thought he did.
See, that's Mark Bell who winds up picking up the football.
Mark Bell's got the ball. But the referee said he did not signal for the fair catch, the man that was run into. That's what he said. And
that's right.
Now he might have been waving to his girlfriend up in the stands, but he definitely had his hand up in the air, and that was a bad call on the official.
Well, Mark Bell, who wound up running with the football, did not signal for the fair catch.
That's exactly right.
And you can't do that.
Well, that's true, but that's not.
I mean, you can't have one guy signal for the fair catch and the other guy take off with the ball.
Frank, you're my favorite announcer, and I'm not going to argue with you.
Let the officials figure it out. 2-minute warning is what's in progress right now. It's no longer a discussion here about the penalty. I think they've got that straightened out. The officials do, at least to their satisfaction, and we'll perhaps try to get it straightened out at halftime.
See, even football can be complex, Frank.
Well, you should know that, right? I mean, this is almost as complex as the Cowboys offense.
Just a simple little punt. The ball went downfield. A guy caught it, ran with it. Look at now. We got the whole state of confusion out there.
55,000 fans, capacity house here.
It's like the UN right now trying to figure out what they should do next.
You think they're talking the same language? I mean, when you talk to an official, does he give you a straight?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
I think with all of this, I think the people would rather have a commercial.
All right, if you say so, Roger, anything you say goes.
You don't have to be a genius to change your own oil and filter and save yourself up to $10. Valvoline Motor Oil shows you exactly how quick and easy it is with step-by-step change instructions on the back of Valvoline cans. It's really quite simple. Once you get the hang of it, just see for yourself, then do for yourself. No wonder more and more drivers are changing their own oil and filters and changing to Valvoline. It's a smart way to save up to 10 bananas without a lot of monkeying around. Right, Val?
Today, business travelers like you are flying to USA on U.S. Air. Because U.S. Air flies to over 70 cities with 5,500 flights per week. And because we give you comfort as well as convenience, you can make the best of your time in the air. For your next business trip, fly the USA on U.S. Air.
Monday on Flo, Crooked Farley's running for office, and Flo's about to run him out of the Yellow Room.
Farley's never met a man whose money he didn't like.
Monday on the new season of Flo.
Take a look at the punt reception again. The fair catch signaled here by Harold, number 39. He's got his left hand up. He puts that up. That means fair catch for everybody on the team. Instead, Bell makes the catch and Bell takes off. That's a penalty. That's delay of game against the Cardinals.
Well,
the only question is, Cosby hit Harold.
Right, that's true right there. When a man raises his hand, he was signaling for the fair catch. That does provide the fair catch for the whole team, but when he consciously ran into him, I thought the penalties would cancel each other out, and that's what they've debated about. And evidently, it's 1st and 10, so
1st and 15.
1st and 15. Well, let's see. The scoreboard's got 1st and 10.
Well, we'll go with the scoreboard. 1st and 10. Cardinals at their 23, a minute 57 left. Intercepted by Charlie Waters. Waters is down to the 20 and the 15-yard line. First turnover of the day.
I'll tell you, Charlie was right there, and that's a big play. That's minute 50. Hart's back. He's got Otis Anderson in. He's got time, and he drills it out to the sideline. It's a turn-in route to Mel Gray, and Charlie just steps right in front of him. Gets tripped up by Pat Tilley. Or he would have went all the way.
Score is tied at 7.
Another big play by Charlie Waters. He's made them all year.
That is Waters' 4th interception of the year and ties him for the team lead with Wilson and Thurman. That's just one off the league lead. So the Cowboys have a chance to move ahead here. Prior to intermission, the officials have it spotted at the 14-yard line. Saldi starts in motion. Danny White thrown on 1st down, goes to Saldi, and Saldi doesn't get much. Down to about the 11-yard line for a pickup of 3 as he was trailed by Lee Nelson, number 38, who's back in the game after being shaken up earlier.
Well, White had Drew Pearson on a down and in route about 5 yards down the field and cutting over the middle, and Jay Saldi broke to the outside, and when he saw the linebacker who was hanging that time, number 57, Mark Arneson, was in his way to Drew Pearson, so he laid it out to Saldi, and Lee Nelson was right there on top of him.
It is 2nd and 7. Cowboys at the 11-yard line. The Steelers, you saw, finally moved ahead of the Green Bay Packers. We'll have all the scores and highlights for you at halftime.
There's a blitz.
Big rush. Drew Pearson, the intended receiver at the goal line. Carl Allen, number 27, with good coverage. The pass was there.
Well, this is a blitz, so Danny White he's got Drew Pearson. Drew gets to the inside of the defensive back, Carl Allen, which you shouldn't do in a blitz because that's the weakness. But Carl Allen is still there. He gets enough to strip the ball, and he makes an excellent play. Once you have a blitz, you have no safety help, and what those cornerbacks try to do is prevent a receiver going inside to that middle of the field. And, of course, Drew got inside, and then Allen made up for it by stripping the football.
Cowboys are looking at a 3rd and 7 now. They have to reach the 4 to pick up the first down. They're at the Cardinal 11.
Watch the play to the tight end again this time.
Right back to throw it. Excellent protection. He's got all day. All the time in the world. And finally, elects to go in the end zone to Drew Pearson. And the Cardinals batted away. Allen was back there. He must have had 5 seconds.
Well, they had the 3-man rush in there, which I don't understand why they only had 3 men this time. They have Rush, Rush Brown coming in there. They're blocked. Everybody's doubled. Plenty of time. White's got all day. And, of course, he fires the ball to Drew Pearson. 12 seconds before he threw the football. Carl Allen, number 27, made a heck of a play. Normally, if you have 4 seconds, you've got plenty of time. So he had all day. But that's very unusual. And, of course, Carl Allen made another fine play to knock the ball away.
Septien with a 28-yard field goal effort to give the Cowboys the lead. He's had his problems. He went 0 for 3 last Sunday night against San Diego. Waters puts it down. The kick is good.
Right through the middle.
And Dallas has recaptured the lead. Claimed it, as a matter of fact, for the very first time this afternoon, capitalizing on Charlie Waters' interception of that Jim Hart pass. But again, the Cardinals' defense stiffens, and the Cowboys have to settle for the 28-yard field goal to take a 3-point lead.
Well, Charlie Waters had 4 interceptions this year. I know 3 of them have been big plays. One against Washington at the end of the game. Another against Atlanta Tampa Bay to save a possible touchdown. And, of course, this one. So 3 out of the 4 have been really key plays that have led to either stopping the opponent or setting up an important score. And that was a big 3 points before the half.
We talked about the Cowboys being in New York to play the Giants next week. Cardinals get Atlanta here at Busch Memorial Stadium next Sunday. And then, of course, to Texas Stadium to face the Cowboys 2 weeks from today.
Well, St. Louis has plenty of time left, Frank. They've got 1:29.
They've
3
got the
timeouts left,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Septien's kickoff. Roy Green fumbles it at the 5. Picks it up at the 12. Back to the 15. Out to about the 21-yard line. I hope you'll stay with us at halftime of this football game, because we have a very remarkable young man that I want you all to meet. Roger's going to be talking to him, and his story is so incredible that you'll have to see it and hear about it to believe it.
Yeah, it is something special, Frank. I've been corresponding with Carl for a long time. He's a guest of the Cardinals here. He's staying with Otis Anderson, and he's quite a young man.
His name is Carl Joseph, and we'll tell you more about him at halftime. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Hart has only thrown the ball 8 times in the first half. 4 out of 8 for 49 yards. So the Cowboys have held him in check pretty well. For Doug Marsh, the tight end, and batted away by Clinkscales. Number 47 as the rookie got the right hand up in front of Marsh. Good move by the youngster.
They're doubling the outside receiver this time. Mark Bell and Clinkscales got the tight end. The tight end is going down into the seam to the outside, and Hart drills it out here, but Clinkscales right on his job. He knocks the ball down, gets up at the right moment, and does an excellent job. Almost intercepted the football.
Got very close to an interception. Cardinals shake it up on the play.
Oh, that's Deerdorf. They don't want to see that. He's the mainstay in that offensive line.
Or is
it? That's his left knee.
That's Joe Bostic, I believe. 71 instead of 72.
Oh.
Deerdorf is still alive and well and standing. It is a rather amazing thing what has happened to this Cardinals offensive line since the start of training camp. Deerdorf is the sole survivor. They're down to their 5th and 6th guards. And yet they have fought back. And, of course, Deerdorf's got all he can handle this afternoon in Too Tall Jones.
Well, Deerdorf and Ed have battled each other before, and it's a pretty even battle because Dan Deerdorf is all-pro, and, of course, Ed Jones is having a great year. So they somewhat cancel each other out. Bostek is the right guard, number 71, and he's coming on strong. Has been doing a good job, and they can't afford to lose him.
They're doubling Randy White, it would appear, on virtually every play. We talked about the weakness, the inexperience on the left side of the Cardinals' offensive line with the injuries.
You've got George Collins over there, the left tackle. The left guard is Barney Cotton, and Brahaney's the center. So normally you would double White with Brahaney and Cotton. That makes a long day for George Collins trying to block Harvey Martin. So most teams would keep a back in over there to help out also in case Martin escapes. You have a back. If you release that back, and then it's just man-on-man blocking either on White or on Martin, depending on what the linemen do inside. When you have a young line, inexperienced, the best you can do is try to get pickup blocks. Also, your running backs have got to just kind of run, explode, because there's not a lot of adjustments the offensive line can make. So it changes your offense somewhat, and the Cardinals have had to adjust to it, and they had trouble against Washington, but they did well last week against Baltimore.
Now you saw Bostic leave the field under his own power. Bostic, of course, has a brother who plays for the Washington Redskins. He's a lineman as well. Both played their college football at Clemson. 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals as we go back to play with 1:18 left in the first half. Mark Bell wide to the right side. They go with Anderson up the middle, across the 25, out to the 28-yard line. And I would think they'd start using those 3 timeouts, wouldn't you?
I do. Harvey Martin got banged up a little bit that time. He's limping, number 79. He got hit around that left knee, and he's limping off the field a little bit. Larry Cole got over there and made the tackle.
Martin comes out and is replaced by Bruce Thornton, number 77. There's a look at Otis Anderson. He spells his name with 2 T's, and the reason he does it is the physician on the birth certificate spelled it wrong. His mother wanted it O-T-I-S, but the physician spelled it with 2 T's, and so 2 T's it has been down through the years.
Dallas's defense, Frank, is really seems like they've settled down since that first drive. They're playing solid. Over in the sidelines, they're tending to Harvey's leg. But the defense has really settled down. They've played the pass well, and they're containing the running game. St. Louis has really not done very much since that opening drive.
Bostic, we get the report, an injured left knee. How serious, we don't know. Martin, the last few weeks, has been operating with a very deep thigh bruise on his left leg, and that may have flared up again. Soon Tom Landry will take his troops back into the dressing room, and I'm sure you've heard the talk many times before, haven't you?
Well, it's all business, really. It's going over what you go into a game, you study a team's tendencies, and you really don't know till the game starts how close they're going to come to those tendencies. And by halftime, Dan Reeves, Ermal Allen, and the people, Al Lavin is up there also, and they give the report to the offense and the defense with Jerry Tubbs up there, and they just analyze it and make any changes they need at halftime.
3rd and 2. Cardinals from their 29-yard line with 1:08 left. Anderson going outside and picks up the first down and some change as he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 39. It'll be a Cardinal first down at their 39-yard line.
Anderson has 2 yards to go here, and it's very difficult to bring him down from the front. So you've got to catch him right about here, somewhere in this area, to stop him from the first down. And of course, he's got the speed to get outside. Steve Wilson is straight-armed, and Anderson gets even more than the 2 yards and gets out of bounds, stops the clock. And
1st and 10, St. Louis. Cardinals at their 39. The word from the Cowboy bench, bruised knee on Harvey Martin. He may be back. Hart looking long for Tilley. Pass is complete, and he is out of bounds at the 24.
That's a fine throw right there. Jim Hart had good protection. He gave Tilley the ability to maneuver in that seam there between Benny Barnes and Dennis Thurman, but Hart had the time, and of course he's got a great arm. He's a fine quarterback, Tilley's been doing a tremendous job making big plays all year. The leading wide receiver in the league in the NFC this year. And Hart lays it out. Benny, he made a move to the post, and Benny got caught inside a little bit, and Dennis got over there a little bit late. Number 32, Dennis Thurman, and of course Pat Tilley made an excellent catch. And he's just a good, tough receiver with excellent hands.
A 38-yard pickup on the play, the longest gain from scrimmage for either side this afternoon. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They go on the delay to Theodis Brown. Brown gets away from the initial wave, but too tall, hanging on for dear life, along with Charlie Waters to make the stop.
Well, Hart was anticipating the blitz. He tried to crack that middle with the quick
hurry up offense
draw with
here.
Theodis, but it wasn't to be.
On 2nd and 12, sideline throw intended for Mark Bell. Mitchell over there covering at the 20-yard line. That'll put the Cardinals in a 3rd down situation. I'm a little surprised they hurried that and really almost wasted that down. Did they not?
Well, I
mean, they could have.
They only have one timeout left, so they don't want to use the timeout. They took a chance on the draw. They were trying to split the middle there, and either the play works or it doesn't. It looked like a bad play, but if you split that blitz, he's all the way to the goal line, and of course Dallas did a good job stopping him. So they gambled on that play. It didn't work. They couldn't waste the timeouts. They tried to hit the quick sideline pass.
If they have to go to the field goal, Neil O'Donohue, of course, their new field goal kicker, was 1 out of 3 last week.
This is a key play right here.
3rd down, 12. Ball is at the 26-yard line of the St. Louis Cardinals. Hart back to throw it.
They're coming
Big
after him.
pressure.
Coming after him.
They really came after it. Clinkscales, number 47 on the blitz, who has been very evident this afternoon. Rookie from South Carolina State. So it'll be up to O'Donohue, who last year was Tampa Bay's place kicker, performed under pressure, kicked the field goal that finally got the Buccaneers into the playoffs in the last regular season game. 1 out of 3 against Baltimore last week after replacing Steve Little. This will be a 42-yard effort with Worley to hold. In an attempt to tie the game with 31 seconds left in the half. It's up. It's far enough. It is good. Big 6'5" Neil O'Donohue rifles one through from 42 yards out to counterman the 28-yard shot by Septien. We've got a Cardinal shaken up on the play.
That's number 60. That's Barney Cotton. Boy, I tell you, the linemen have got a disease here at St. Louis. These guys are getting hurt. St. Louis can't afford another lineman hurt.
John Omohundro, the Cardinal trainer, quickly out of the field, helping Cotton to the sidelines.
Cotton looks like it might have got a shot alongside the head because his legs are moving well and his shoulders look all right. So
spoken like a man who has had a shot to the head once or two in his career.
Well, when you start walking off to the other side, you know there's a problem somewhere.
You never did that.
Your legs won't take it to the other side. But
you never did that. You never.
Yeah.
You went off on the wrong side?
Sure. Started to anyway.
Somebody spun you around in the right direction. O'Donohue will kick off. And again, the Cowboys have a great return threat in this rookie, James Jones from Mississippi State. You don't think he and D.D. Lewis were happy after Mississippi State upset Alabama?
Well, that was a big one. There's a lot of upsets yesterday.
Big 6'5" Irishman. 10-10. Comes down to Timmy Newsome on the far side. Newsome is back in the room. 15 up across the 20 and fights his way to the 25.
A lot of room over this left side, but St. Louis funneling him back to the middle.
Well, 21 seconds to go. Do you give it up for a lost cause, or can you get in shape for a field goal here?
Well, I don't think giving it up for a lost cause is the
I knew you wouldn't say
real
that.
Positive way, but no, they'll run the clock out. They don't want to take a chance on something foolish, and it's difficult to get much going now. But you regroup. 10-10. You got a new game starting in the second half.
Dorsett moving from the split backfield back to the eye. Newhouse taking the handoff and driving his way across the 30-yard line unless somebody calls time. That should be it. as far as the first half is concerned. Very defensive-oriented first half of football. Cowboys scoring 10 in the second period. Cardinals with a touchdown in the first quarter and a field goal in the second. And they get a standing ovation from their fans as they leave the field.
Well, they came back. Jim Hart hit Pat Tilley on that big play. And that gives you a little bit of...
And we're awaiting the opening whistle from the referee, Red Passion. We have it, and here we go. Score tied at 10. And out of the end zone by Septien, so it'll be a touchback, and the Cardinals have put it in play, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. First half statistics. Take a look here. Cowboys only 34 yards rushing. Not much offense really anywhere.
No, that's really the problem area. Is Dallas's rushing is down, and it's been down, so they're having a bit of a problem there. And really, St. Louis, I guess it's pretty even. They had, of course, the differences in rushing. There's about a 40-yard swing there, but other than that, the time of possession is it's a pretty even game, and of course the score indicates it's an even game.
1st and 10, Cardinals. Pat Tilley wide to the right side. Mel Gray is split to the left. They go to the big man, Otis Anderson. And Anderson swarmed under after gaining just 1 yard. Bob Brunig, number 53. The Cowboy middle linebacker making the stop. Brunig now rooms with Danny White on the road. He roomed with you last year. What, does he have something here about quarterbacks? Or?
Well, no. He's kind of the offensive... the defensive quarterback, the middle linebacker, along with Charlie Waters. So it's good to have an offensive and defensive guy room together.
2nd and 9.
Wish I could say something more interesting than that.
Well, that'll do until you can think of something. Flag down as Wayne Morris takes the handoff and jets out across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
Well, there was a quick flag on Randy White, and then there was a late flag. Maybe they both were in sync, but it's an offense is in good shape, and it's on the defense on Randy White. Randy jumped just before the ball was snapped, and can't do that.
That's a pretty good one-on-one matchup, as we have mentioned before. Randy White against Dan Deerdorf, who you see right there, one of the offensive captains of the Cardinals, and maybe we can focus in on that and watch that battle throughout the course of the afternoon. I should say Deerdorf goes against Tutall, doesn't he?
Deerdorf's against Tutall, the guy that's really battling Randy, and has had some good blocks on him. One on that long run by Otis Anderson was Barney Cotton. Of course, the referee gave us that 5-yard penalty there.
2nd down. Cardinals need 3 for the first down. Ball is at their 26-yard line. Score tied early in the second period. Wayne Morris, not much there at all.
Well, that was a misdirection. They tried to go one way and Morris cut back the other, but Dallas's line came down the right side of the line. Harvey Martin, Randy White held his ground, and Ed Jones came over, Bob Bruning, so they had that play, and Charlie dove in there at the end, but they had that play figured out immediately, and were in good position all the way across the line.
3rd down. Cardinals still need 3 for the first down. St. Louis actually has done better on the 3rd down conversions than did Dallas in the first half. They give the call to Morris, and Morris drives out beyond the 30-yard line, and he's got it. Everybody looking for the big guy, Anderson, and they slip it to Morris. Former SMU fullback.
They all do a good job in there. Brahaney, number 51, is the center. He's blocking down, and Randy White and Bostek comes across, does his job, and Morris slips in there behind some fine blocks by the offensive line. Deerdorf isolates Ed Jones over there.
Mel Gray wide to the right side. Tilley is split to the left. 1st and 10 Cardinals at their 31-yard line. Just under 13 minutes left in the 3rd period. Hart back to throw. Big pressure. Gets the pass away, and just behind Mel Gray. And Hart had all he could do to get rid of the football.
Well, Hart did a good job. Jim Hart is not noted for a lot of running ability, but he has enough maneuverability. He's smart enough. He can feel the pressure. He can feel it. He can step around it, and he steps up right here. And And thanks to the pressure by Hagman, because Gray was coming across that middle and had some running room, and if he would have caught the football, it would have been a foot race with he and Steve Wilson.
Cowboys sacked him twice in the first half. That's 27 sacks on the year against Hart. You remember several years ago, the Cardinals went a whole season, and Hart was only sacked 8 times, which is still the NFL record.
That was phenomenal.
2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Good protection this time.
Intended for Mel Gray, batted out of bounds. Aaron Mitchell, number 34. Wilson was also back there. Other scores, Atlanta now 23-14 over the Buffalo Bills, striking a blow for the NFC, and Pittsburgh getting it back now for the AFC. Rocky Bleier just scored a touchdown in that game. Detroit has fought back and recaptured the lead from San Francisco. A lot of these back and forth games this afternoon. Our score 10-10, 3rd period. 3rd down 10. Cardinals at their 32.
Well, Dallas has Clinkscale and Dickerson, their normal 3rd down defense, and St. Louis has got 3 wide receivers in the game. Protection's holding up.
Catch made by number 84, Dave Stieff.
He came back for the ball and chased back just far enough where he made the first down when he lunged for it, but he was driven back where he didn't make it. Now the referee's going to mark it short. One referee was giving it to him. The other referee said no. I couldn't see if he was out of bounds over there, Frank.
He was knocked backwards and then he dove for it. Let's see.
Yeah, but we couldn't see the sideline. The players were there if he stepped out of bounds, but when he first catches it, he looks like he's pretty close to the first down, but he has to come back. He's pushed back another yard or 2. He stops. He leaps, and I'll tell you, that's that one referee stuck by his guns and gave it to him. And from this angle, it looks like a good call.
First down it is for the St. Louis Cardinals.
That's an excellent effort by Steve right there.
Dave Stieff, number 84, on the receiving end of that pass from Hart. And the Cardinals keep this drive alive. They're keeping the ball away from Dallas. Cowboys haven't touched it here in the second half yet. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. St. Louis end of the field. Gray wide left. Philly wide to the right side. Wayne Morris and Otis Anderson in the eye behind Jim Hart. Anderson taking the pitch, looking for some place to go. And driven to the artificial turf at the 45-yard line after a pickup of 2. Of course, Cowboy fans go berserk every time Dallas shows up in blue uniforms. The record book shows that down through the years when the Cowboys have worn blue, they've won 9 and they've lost 8, but it's always regarded as kind of a jinx thing. How about for the players? Bother you?
Well, no, the players don't really think about it. It's in fact, the blue jerseys I think look good. Look good on Dallas. It's a change, and players have other things to worry about other than what color jerseys they have.
2nd and 8. Cardinals from their 45. Anderson trying to cut back, tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, these defenses are pursuing. They're all over the place. There's Bruning's back over there. The Randy White, Harvey. Everybody is pursuing towards that football. I think a reverse has got to be a good play against either one of these teams. They're just right around that ball. They're going after that ball, and doesn't look like many of those offside people are staying home. They're hungry to get that football, and they're doing an excellent job against the rush, both teams.
3rd down, 7. Cardinals from their 46-yard line. They picked up the last 3rd down play. Again, 3 wide receivers in there, and the Cowboys in their prevent. Pressure on Hart, and down he goes at the 35.
Big Ed Jones was around the corner there, and he got the best of Deerdorf in that play, and also
Martin came in from the other side.
Larry Cole was a factor. Watch Big Ed Jones, number 72. He takes that inside rush. He gets inside. He's doubled by Bostic, Deerdorf, and makes a great play, and Harvey comes around the corner on Collins on the other side, and it's just a 4-man rush, no blitz that time, but Dallas's defensive line made the difference.
Well, the Cardinals will give up the football for the first time in the second half. Slider standing back at his 22. Good snap. High kick, a little bit short. James Jones moving up on it.
To run back
at the 25, 30. Fine, secure tackle by the Cardinals' Randy Love, number 40.
That Randy Love is an excellent specialty team man. He's made at least 3 plays and possibly 4 plays on stopping the punt.
Every year, millions of drivers suffer the agony of hillophobia. The fear of stopping on hills with a stick shift, with cars behind you, very close behind you. The only known cure? The ingenious hill holder clutch from Subaru. Now you don't have to go downhill until you want to. Subaru, inexpensive, and built to stay that way.
If you've ever wondered how something so big got off the ground, part of the answer is light, strong aluminum. Aluminum's high strength and light weight made modern aviation possible. Aluminum is important to most forms of transportation because taking the weight off planes and trucks, and now cars, saves fuel. Aluminum in transportation can be an energy saver today.
We can't wait for tomorrow.